We got more VoD reviews. This time, FlyQuest versus PSG. Going to see how FlyQuest killed off some of their demons in this game and moved to 2-1. So that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. As always, if you guys enjoy the content, sub for more. Likes and comments help the channel a lot. And follow me everywhere at CubbyXX, including Twitch, where I stream these live. So, diving in. Oh, yeah, we got the hypers from someone that's definitely not biased at all. All right. PSG versus FlyQuest. Okay. So, I've had some strong feelings about draft, and this game is going to be included. We banned out 3 potential answers to a Renekton. Or at least, I mean, I'd say Aurora not really, but definitely 2. I thought the Jax matchup in a Renekton, especially this patch, got buffed up a lot. I think the PSG bans are fine, but I've seen too much Bwipo Renekton and NA to feel like it's a good idea to give him this champion. For me, Bwipo is just a pressure magnet and plays the game from minute 0, and Renekton is just a really good champ that enables him to do that. So, of all the things to give over to FlyQuest, I'm fine with the Ori ban. I'm fine with the Yone ban. I would not have taken away Kalista. And I don't think they got enough in return for this. Because they're going to play Viari, which, like, actually, I think Renekton feels okay and new. So, yeah, I mean, Viari is a really low damage duo. Really good at 6+, or like 6 to 11 in terms of damage, but then, like, falls off a lot. And the pick from FlyQuest into it was Ivern Cassio, which like I just love. I thought the Ivern Cassio here was fantastic. You already have the shift where you do have a duo that's going in for PSG against this, right? But we're not going to outdamage them. We're going to get immensely outscaled. So we have to shift up for PSG, where we have to probably play for sides or play to outrange now. So Gnar pick's fine, but like Gnar and Ahri into Cassio cannot move Cassio later on in the game. Cannot move Cassio later on. So we can at least get push on sides, but we can never truly pressure sides so far as PSG. Ziggs fell all the way through this draft. Ziggs taken away. This slows down the game, which I think is really smart. And then Rakan taken away. Rakan plays really well here. I would have rather taken away Rel. That's just me. Because Rel shield break is really good into this. With Sterax too. It ends up being Jhin. I think Jhin, it does go for the outrange, which we do need against Cassio especially, but we have 0 fucking damage as PSG now. So we're another like pretty low damage team. Unironically, if you guys want the spice pick, it's take Rel here, give Jhin, and then take Syndra. And just try and play out the game to like play off Syndra E's and stuff and play Syndra bot. But that's just me. I think they're already pretty far in the hole. Anyway, Jhin was taken. It's a Kaisa. Oh, also Ezreal here. Like, would have been higher damage for Betty. So they could have banned away Jhin. I also don't get the Xayah ban. I think the Xayah is pretty good into this, but Xayah sucks ass in a Jhin for me. So if that's the plan, I just don't get the Xayah ban anyway. I would have rather banned Kaisa for sure. I think Xayah you can thematically outrange with Cassio too. So I think Xayah would actually have not... It would have made the FlyQuest comp more one-dimensional. Okay, I actually have to hide my camera because Bwipo went PTA. This is different. Usually it's Conquer on Renekton. Sometimes PTA can get you out of some really bad matchups early. I'm not a ginormous fan of this, but it'd be what it do. Cassio with a Conquer. Worth noting, by the way, that the Cassio, I didn't mention this yet, but when Quad hit rank 1 on LC or Korea, one-tricking Cassio, and his LS refers to him as the best Cassio in the world. His Cassio is very good. It's his answer in the Nico. If anyone picks Nico, I was a little bit surprised it busted out Ahri, but yeah. Anyway. Kaisa, everything else is pretty standard here in terms of setup. I really like these points on the Vern, by the way. And then Ahri, I really like this. Fuck biscuits. Still biased towards Blue Tree on Jhin. And both supports took demolished, so they're continue to be on my hit list. I know plate gold's important really, but I think the final life soft power is actually really, really valuable. So FlyQuest are the ones that initiate the swap here. PSG was not expecting this. Boosty is going to kill the wards. They're going to flush him out. And then Blippo is going to try to greed some XP here, which he does. And I cannot emphasize enough, guys. Like, look at Blippo's XP. NA, for whatever godforsaken reason, is the only region with TL and Fly that are trying to play out all three lanes from minute 1 in the lane swap. And I truly, truly, truly believe this is right. I truly believe this is how you should be playing out lane swaps. Because now I look what's going to happen here. So now Ahri's getting starved out compared to Cassio. Because we need to get an RXP to get 2. Meanwhile, Blippo is going to get 2. He just gets it because he's in the lane. In comparison to like teams playing out 2 duo lanes. So like they'll put top mid or top bot in the same lane in the lane swap, and they'll put mid support slash like bot support. It just depends on the formation you're in, but I really think you can play out all 3 lanes in a lane swap in a lot of scenarios. I think Renekton is actually one of the harder champs to do it in, but like this really fucks Aji really like early on. And then yeah, Inspired's down to cover. And doesn't even need to cover. I truly think that like covering is the right way to play this. And now this wave shoving away from the Gnar. And they just got hop out of Gnar. They should be able to pressure. Quad has a freeze going on here. This is shoving away from Blippo, but PSG is still shoving it in. I think that's a mistake. I like how FlyQuest is trying to keep the wave away from Gnar, I think, from the look of things. Blippo dies here. I honestly, I think it's kind of whatever. Blippo has barely missed any experience. He should not have died there. That is kind of like his bad, but he... And then FlyQuest, they freeze the lane top, by the way. So it's pushing back towards them. So like, look at the XP bars right now. Guys, I will take this and the XP advantage over this any day of the week. I mean, Blippo was dead in that scenario. So he shouldn't have flashed, but... Or like, he should have flashed earlier. Like, look at the XP advantage on... like, once Masu cleans up this wave, FlyQuest just got XP advantage in both their side lanes. See? Better swap. Better swap. Trying to get any form of XP and covering has to be good, right? 2v4 dies have to be so hard mostly. Sup, by the way, hope you're good. Yeah, I hope you're good too, Kyle. Yeah, I really feel strongly about taking top laners where if you do want to swap, you can play in the lane level 1. I think that's just the best way to play. And then play to cover. Also, yeah, like if your AD is solo against top laners early on in a lot of those matchups, it's okay. ADs are super OP early game with D-Void. So, like, I mean, we've seen a couple games where, like, Ashe goes 1v1 against a Renekton and topside, like, because the swap was initiated, and that's a good scenario. Again, your support is able to cover. So, yeah, I'm very pro how FlyQuest has played out this game. Busio playing on the edge here. As he takes one tower shot. I think Woody should have delayed his W a little bit. You know, no, it's a chain. It's a chain. My idea is that if he does, maybe Busio hits a tower shot, but it was chained up. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, we do kill quad here, but like, look at how much PSG has to burn to kill the Cassio. And then like the trade is even. Maple trades up. But I just really do not think that Ahri being 2-0 in a lot of games would matter a lot. I do not believe it matters in this game. Because we just cannot kill Cassio as this game goes on. That's where I think the response that FlyQuest had with the Ivern Cassio into Viari is actually really fucking good. Just the theory of you can't kill this shit, and then playing around there, I think is really good for FlyQuest as a team. You think it will hold up against HOE? Nothing's holding up against HOE, I'm sorry. I don't think HOE gives him that window, though. Like, they won't give him this draft scenario. I do think this draft scenario is actually good for Fly. HOE's been really good, though, this tournament. I just don't think that FlyQuest has a true chance. Love how Whippo played this, by the way. So, we do have the Kaisa rotating into this lane. And Whippo has XP advantage. So, he trades Flash for Flash with Gnar. And then the amount of time that he buys is just, it's good. Unfortunately, this hits the vibe. They do get Junjia's Flash as well. And then they get to like rotate Masu in. Whippo can TP top. Gnar has no TP. So this map play is really good from FlyQuest. They overloaded bot. They have pressure for the dragon. Renekton can catch top. And it's fine. Quad had no flash, so they do catch Quad out. Which is nice. So if anything, I mean, Quad doesn't have to walk here. If Quad stays mid during all this and just eats the wave, it's big. They would have gotten rotated on, but it's big. Why being Ivern and Renekton merchants help with bans? What do we mean by that? Like, it should help with bans, like for HLE going into FlyQuest, or it helps FlyQuest like ban out less champions? I'm so surprised, by the way. This is the first time we've seen the quad Cassio since NACL, I believe. Wait, again, it was his pick in the Nico. I think they mean that it's a bit predictable. I mean, it is, but if that's the case, then why pick Viari? Like, this answer is actually doable. Again, it's the first Cassio we've seen from quad, so maybe they didn't think of this pairing, but I think it's good. I mean, you can't play Smolder Ivern into this, right? Like, I don't think that's the matchup that you want into Viari. Because Viari can like actually blow you up and sit you behind early, but again, in the lane state or lane swap where you keep the game a little bit more stable, you get a few extra levels where the game kind of cools down. And you should be able to handshake, because a lot of the swaps are handshakes at this point. I think it's really good for FlyQuest. Hopefully I prepare knock Ori. They're not getting Ori in this tournament. Quad is a very, very good Orianna player. I would not give FlyQuest Orianna. I think Orianna should stay banned. Now that teams are not willing to play Cinder into Ori, we're seeing Ori be banned. I definitely didn't call that on the stream, by the way. I will say my meta read for this tournament's actually been really good. Return to Maokai, check. I missed Nocturne. I had Leona over Rel, but I think Leona actually does bring a lot of value in games still. I had Cinder out, which she is now. I mean, obviously, we were all like, Yona's OP. I don't know why that champ's being let through still. I called Ziggs ban. I was on top of the once Grass Gnar showed up, I was on top of like more Gnar prio for sure. Still haven't seen the TF. Yeah, I still think TF can make an appearance, but part of my logic for that was an answer into the like Syndra. Because it's a shit lane, but you can play against Syndra in sides. Because I thought Yone would be banned. I called that Silas was playable. I didn't really call Silas, though. That's kind of hard to call anyway. I've missed the last few minutes of play. I missed out on Nocturne. That's the one thing I missed, but I didn't see anyone really talking about Nocturne that much beforehand, so yeah, it's just kind of a surprise. I've also yet to see Rise. I still think Rise is playable too. Like, unironically, Rise would have been really good this game for quad as well. Just humble brags, I guess. Yeah, no, for sure. It's the self jerk for sure, but you know. Good trade for FlyQuest. They take Rift because they shifted their power up here. They also have 5 grubs. Like, I think FlyQuest again have played this game out pretty well. I don't care they're down in gold the way they are. It's not significant. Their comp significantly outscales. Really like the Stride Breaker from Whippo. I do think that FlyQuest have some issues with range. And so there's not a ton of armor stacking going on for PSG yet this game. Treads are also better. The treads value is really good for PSG, so I think it's a really good game for Stridebreaker, even though it's not quite as good for the lane. Actually, I think you do go Stridebreaker in the Gnar. I obviously Cleaver has value too against the Steel Caps, so I think if they didn't check with a Charm, Blippo is preemptively alting to maybe get a catch with Inspired. They have Masu and Busio rotating over, and Nars and Mini, so I think that there is actually something here. Yeah, I actually think the bait was kind of there. I was down with that for FlyQuest. It's fine. Yeah, Blippo's still up on the swap scenario. Again, I thought that death from Blippo was really good, actually, in the early game. He got so much XP solo. Like, Blippo was just doing his job with that. I still don't... I just do not understand why TL and FlyQuest are the only teams playing lane swaps starting in their own lane. I really want to see other teams, like, start to do this. Good timer here from PSG. That said Blippo lives. I mean, I like this play from PSG. It just sucks that Blippo lives. It really... Like, this is a good play. This is what they should be doing. Junjia canceled an auto there. Oh, I think Junjia actually fucked up. I think they should have one-shot Blippo here. I don't care about the Qs. Doing the Q in range. That auto was canceled. Didn't auto again. Could have autoed one more time, I think. I actually think they... Yeah, I think Junjia fucked this up. I'm fine with the mini off from Maple. He doesn't want to overcommit. This is bad, though, because like, now Blippo can TP back. They burned all their cooldowns into someone that lived. So now FlyQuest get the chase. Which they do. But they don't overcommit. So they just go fix their lanes. Honestly, good discipline here from FlyQuest. I think it's just good understanding of what their team needs this game, which is scaling. Just deterring the play and then getting to play those waves on their own. They do get first save for Dragon instead. So good discipline from FlyQuest. They get themselves objective prio instead of trying to like extend the fight, which I think they do win. But instead, they just fix their waves. They farm everything. They take the Dragon, and they'll take that as a win. They played for econ instead of for the fight there. I think their comp, that's what their comp wants. I actually really appreciate that from FlyQuest. I somewhat hate Ivern too. This champion's busted, but I'm glad that at least someone's abusing it. Good all from Blippo. I mean, I do not care. Like, he killed the vast majority of the wave, so they can't follow up on the play. Meanwhile, Rift being dropped, another lane being pressured, and Blippo stalls out that wave. So, like there's no play for PSG. It's another really good death from Blippo. This was an oopsie from Inspired, though. So, he's going for the root here. I don't think he thought that Maple would pull this trigger, but honestly, really, really well played by PSG. We're too far up here as FlyQuest, for sure. And they want to play out the Rift drop. I just don't think they can play out this wave. They need to exit in this wave and collapse into bot if they want anything. So it's an oops. And then Busio is going to die for the team, which I don't know. I don't think this is necessary. I mean, my thing is that we just can't play this wave. Like, plays over here for FlyQuest. We just get off the map, reset, and it's fine. Or play bot wave for quad and take that tower, and it's fine. We do not play bot and mid. Especially with TPs being up. I don't think we even play bot with TP being up. I think you just get the fuck off the map there. And then FlyQuest just die one by one. Which really extended the life of the game. I think FlyQuest is in a fantastic spot going into this game. I don't love the Busio flash. My logic is just everyone here is just dead. It's a nice flash from quad. Yeah, like everyone's just dead. I think Masu should have just bailed. Masu, if he plays this right, he autos Gnar, and then he Rs onto the quad side immediately right now. They lose Busio, and then they hopefully get the 2 out. Instead, they split, and then Masu goes down 2. And Masu should not burn sums here. Yeah, fuck that. I can't see what they were saying. I can't either. I mean, I think what they were saying is that they stay on map, maybe Blippo can TP and turn the fight, because they burned a lot to kill Blippo in top side. That's got to be Fly's logic, but we're too late in the game for that. They need to back off on these waves. Yeah, I think sacking Busio is fine. Yeah, this is just not necessary. They could have exited. Like, honestly, they could have all gotten out. I mean, the mistake, though, is playing this wave. Just get Rift in, kill the next wave-ish. Yeah, they stayed way too long. That was gross. But the rest of the game's been pretty good for FlyQuest, so it should be fine. I feel the same way, Tanner. What are we doing? It's my Reddit take. I do think sometimes Blippo micromanages a bit. He could have been saying, no, you can win. I mean, maybe. Who knows? And the 2 guys on the top side for sure talk more, or talk the most. Alright, so we sack Drake. I think it's fine. Mountain Dragon is unironically like the best role for FlyQuest. Just they have Ivern, and they abuse the shit out of it because their team can't die already. Like quad health stacking is just like the Cassio with Mountain Drakes. It's too OP. I think once Rylai's comes in for Cassio, it's a significant advantage for FlyQuest for the rest of the game. This is like I think the Rylai's and Stridebreaker are actually big items this game because if anything, FlyQuest are just range gated. That is like the one weakness of their comp going into PSG. They completely out DPS. They completely sustain the damage of PSG, but they need to be in range to do so. So I don't think PSG committed hard enough in that. Again, I would have played for Ezreal for Betty. I know Ezreal into Ivern Cassio, it's not like super significant damage, but I think that this top side, you just need to let them bridge into like a hyper carry bot side. Or play Kai'Sa themselves. Kai'Sa, though, into Cassio does not feel good. You don't have a range advantage, which is kind of important. I think Jin's doable, just not with this top side. I want Camille or some shit, which you can't play into Renekton, so it's fine. Anyway, PSG are playing a little bit of bully ball. FlyQuest have to respect it. Again, I think FlyQuest are being smart and dropping what they are. That last fight did put them in the back half, but the goal deficit doesn't matter for them later on. Just having a Vern comp and Cassio Kai'Sa, they're fine. They're actually just piss showing this game. Really like the build from Blippo, going for the Warden's Mail. Like, there's just nothing significant that. I know that Ahri's ahead, but Ahri just doesn't do damage to Renekton. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, really nice from Quad here. I'm surprised that Woody didn't flash commit. TP from who? The PSG TP? Yeah, I think Maple, like, I would have preferred if Maple stayed up here. And go for angle. Instead, Daisy is just, actually 1v9. And FlyQuest just get a TP. I also, PSG has to accelerate the game. Alright, this was really sick from Blippo. I mean, Whippo is like just the best at Sterex baiting, man. I swear to God. Like he does have Sterex. He just goes in, flashes out, and then he has TP to, you know, do shit afterwards. He is literally the best at this. Look at Jin. Jin had to reload, yeah. True. Good call. Good read from Blippo. And yeah, they just get mauled. And I mean, again, the FlyQuest comp is really strong. Thought everyone played this out really nicely. Masu really maximized his DPS this fight. As per usual, his Kais is sick. Or if Blippo got lucky. Oh, that's what Dogo was saying. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, regardless, I think the fight's good for them. Like, Jinjia is not, like, okay, from the PSG perspective, this Q from Jinjia is really troll. If he Qs towards Blippo, and, like, his carries, or his, yeah, like, the majority of the fight here, he gets to R Blippo, and then Blippo does die. But Vi literally zoned herself out of the rest of the fight from this. What are you going to do now? Go on Leona? Yeah, so. And Busio gets the flash, dies. I think Jinjia's Q is really trolled there. For me, that would be the read, if anything, of on Blippo. He pulls it off before. But yeah, it's really troll. I mean, he does have Sterex, so like he gets Sterex either way, and he lived by a shit ton. I don't know. I would not give Whippo luck on that. I'd say that he is making a good play. I feel like FlyQuest, again, like they also are doing this on Quad's Rylai's timer. So again, like for me, range is really important for them, and they're opting into this fight once Quad and Ivern have 3 items, which is really big. The lucky one's coming out. Okay, that's actually kind of true. Memory saves correct. It is true. Again, really like what Blippo's doing here. Like, he gets a free summoner spell, zones Jin out of the fight. Doesn't matter if he dies for me. Like, he just bought his team a ton of time DPS the shit, and now it's gone for free. Really, really well done. We're gonna drop. Oh, we're gonna double TP to protect Dragon. See, I don't want to be in a replay for this, by the way. This is a good play from FlyQuest. Maple has no TP. TP to start the Baron play. So they're going to double TP and they're going to play Bully Ball and get him off the Dragon. That's how they start out the Baron. It's really good. This draft's just too good for FlyQuest. There's been a lot of draft tips today, honestly. It's been interesting. 2-lane setup from FlyQuest because they're on TPs. Makes sense. I mean, FlyQuest put out a decent game. Like, I know that they had like one really troll moment, right? You can't make mistakes like that against a team like HOE. I don't think they're going to beat HOE, but I think that FlyQuest, I know they've had easy draws, but I don't want to take away from how well they've played. This is the lucky one. Is Cass a good answer to Yone? It's an answer? I don't think it's good, though. It's like, Cass gets outranged and out-interacted by too much shit. Yeah, Blippo living through that's gross. That's truly the fuck Ivern angle. Really good redemption from Inspired, though. Like, he knows that Blippo's not going any more forward, so really nice. And then Quad's ground is really good, too. Got a lot of damage on the Maple and actually opens up this turret afterwards, and yeah. And Nara can't move. Cassio cannot be moved on side anymore. So Quad's going to drop bot. Root mid. He's staying fogged. They're going to go feed him top. Yeah, I think this game, like, literally Ivern, Cassio hit 3 items, and the game just ended. That's literally how this game went. They sack bot inner, but they do get Gnar TP, and it's even. I think that's fine. This was ambitious from Blippo. He gets out of the rel combo. I don't like this one as much from Blippo. I guess team's just not there to follow him up. And if FlyQuest are smart here, like, it is a reset for... yeah, if they're smart here, then PSG is resetting bot. Like, Blippo's playing into the reset from Jin, which he finds. I don't like this one as much from Blippo. He wasn't in range enough to, like, for his teammates to support him. Now, that said, like, Viari ult did go down and nothing happened. So, whenever that happens, that is a win. And they do get prio on the dragon now. Because there won't be a Vi ult for Drake. So, I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it ends up being worth, but... it doesn't matter if he dies there, but you also don't want to give away free shit, so... yeah, there's no Vi ult for Dragon now. Okay. Actually, it ends up being worth. Oops. I think what Masu's hope was here is that... yeah, I think the backhook is a mistake. I think he just got to commit to this. Because he doesn't get in range now. So that was dumb. Sometimes like Masu's really, really good, but like sometimes I just realize like moments like that where it's just not. There are sometimes moments like that where he eats a couple autos or like doesn't space shit. Usually though he spaces shit, so I'm always down with him flipping it or playing on that edge. I'm super down with that. I think he's earned that right. I do think it's very good. Okay, this blast cone is troll as shit. Like, what? By the way, by opting into this, like, we're completely opting into a split fight from PSG, given the terrain right now. On Mininar. Split fight on Mininar. Yeah, I really like this from Blippo. I don't care if Blippo goes down here or not. It's really good from him. Again, we're immediate, like, he completely splits the side of the fight by doing this. He completely splits the fight by doing this. On Mininar, too. And we're fighting in the Casio, Kaisa that are synced up. Masu's DPS is really good in this fight. Yeah, that sidestep really good, too. Walks past wave to fire off the W. Well played from Masu. Made up for the mid lane oops, where he took some damage he didn't need to. Alright, Baron DPS is crazy from FlyQuest. They're Casio, Kaisa. I mean, if FlyQuest is going to play narrow setup, like 4-1, and the 2 close lines to the split lines. Yeah, I mean, again, I think just given draft, this game's, like, very over. I mean, I love, too, like, how every fight is just Renekton dive bombing, getting out, like, 2 ults. And this one's not quite as good because we TP'd for this one, which I don't love. I don't think we need to rush this as FlyQuest. We could just play out the next wave, how like as is. I like when Blippo does this when he has TP up. I think he's really good at actually... Blippo, like, TPs are good, but I also think that he's really good at taking a fight, getting out, and then TPing back in. It's really good at baiting that, actually. But we're not playing the 3 lanes that we want to play now. FlyQuest didn't get a ton off this, so I actually didn't love that TP that much. Push the wave and then walk to mid. I wanted to push the wave and then have the team walk to him, actually. But regardless, like, Blippo was really good this game at... oh, really nice sidestep there by Masu. He was really good at this game in terms of just drawing cooldowns out, because the cooldowns are going on Renekton. I mean, again, the damage from PSG is low. And it's opening up just a fuck ton of space for Quad and Masu. If my top laner played like this, I would honor him in a heartbeat, you know? I don't care what the scoreline is. The amount of space and cooldowns Bwibo's opening up this game is crazy, and again, this is why I would not give this guy Renekton. I would ban Ori Renekton from FlyQuest for the vast majority of this tournament. And I'd have a game plan for first pick Renekton that doesn't involve Ori Vi. I mean, again, this fight's just completely split. PSG setup here was not good. Nara is late, but Jhin being cut off like this is bad. Anyway. It's mega bad on range. The Serpents, yeah. I'm actually so surprised that Betty was full build. I mean, Betty's just doing no damage here. Meanwhile, Masu. The Kaisa pumps. Mountain Soul and FlyQuest. I mean, we're just... This is inevitable. Oh, Bopo and Seekers? Alright, interesting. Inspire missed, or Maple missed the combo on Inspired, so that's a blower. Yeah. And then Renekton actually died. Oh. Played from Woody. Still doesn't matter. Moss is up. Really nice reaction from Masu. I love how Masu played this fight, by the way. Like, the Captain Jack and that Void Seeker is so good. And then Killer Instincts. Like, I mean, not just Killer Instinct from him, but the flash forward for that style at the end. Masu played that very well. This game was super over. But well played, FlyQuest. I really like how FlyQuest, though, like, I mean, I know they fucked up the one sequence where, like, everyone died for just whatever godforsaken reason, but I think that their draft, A, was good, but B, they had a nice job of, like, when it was strong. Again, Dawncore, Rywise came in, insta-fight from FlyQuest, and smacked PSG from there, so good job. That being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning into this VoD review. Had a lot of fun, you know, with all these, but as always, sub if you guys want more content. Likes and comments help the channel a lot, and follow me everywhere at Cubby XX. Next one.